Well, I'm about to just get started. Can I get started?
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
uh.
Good morning, family. Welcome back to the Noble Market. I'm Atiba, aka Brother Ati, and I'm here with my sidekick Sage today, my little helper. Today, I want to have more of a discussion than a lesson. Um, so we're going to ask two main questions, and I'd love for you guys to engage and provide your responses. Give some information on what you guys think. You want to go down? Here, let me let Mr. Sage go down. He wants to explore too. But we're gonna walk around, and I'm just basically gonna ask two main questions. I'm gonna kind of go over: can a backyard really feed a farm, or excuse me, can a backyard really feed a community? That's gonna be the kind of the first question as we walk around. And after we explore that question, we're gonna dive into a question number two, and that's: with grocery stores on every single block, does growing food actually matter? So a long time back, we definitely didn't have any, tomatoes growing just a year ago, and we kind of just want to show what it is now and what it can be. So the main question is, can a backyard really feed a community? Can it feed a city, an entire city? Probably not. Can it feed a family? Absolutely yes. And can one family teach 10 more families? I believe so. And then once those 10 families, are able to teach 10 more, that's when a backyard or a garden becomes more than just a garden. It becomes a movement. It becomes, understanding and more resilience, less reliance on a food system that's feeding us, Clypospora, whatever it is, Cyclospora, feeding us pesticide fruit, pesticide strawberries, pesticide blueberries, stuff that this man loves to eat. We can produce our own food in our own backyard, feed our family, and it's not going to feed, it's not going to feed the entire family for a full year. He wants to see what's going on. Let me turn the camera to us. We're not going to be able to eat only our food from our backyard, not currently, at least. Maybe at one point we can, but that's not really the goal. The goal is kind of to show you guys what we have growing, what we've accomplished in the past year, past 8 months, just with two adults and a baby. You know, we can make this happen. We can make this possible. Oh, it looks like my hen is not doing too well. She's got a major cyst on her eye right now. I was checking this out the past couple of weeks, and it's gotten a little bit worse. I don't know if she got stung by a bee, but she's got one eye right now. She's a one-eyed hen. This is our eldest hen. This is the queen hen. She's not doing too well. So honestly, this might have to, we may have to end up either culling her. I'm hoping to be able to keep her alive, and I think she's still laying as well. So I would like to keep her alive. So we were talking about kind of just what you can do from your own backyard. Um, it's more about honestly the inspiration. We're posting about what we've obviously done in the past year, but this is more so to inspire rather than trying to take anybody out of the grocery stores. We're not going to try to remove the grocery from the equation. We obviously need the grocery store as well. But this is just big, something basically bigger than the grocery store, honestly. And the question I also have to ask you guys is, how much food do you think you can grow in your own backyards? I'm gonna leave that question there. If you had a 10 by 10 space, what do you think you could grow, or what would you start growing first? 10 by 10 feet, 10 feet by 10 feet. What would you be growing? This is our compost here that's overgrown. Something fell in here and just started growing completely wild. We got to take this down. It's growing literally out of the mesh, out of the mesh wire, directly through the mesh wire. This is how you know your compost is doing really well. It's fertile soil. Anything wants to grow in it. We'll be using this in some of our rows, along with some other amendments and soil that we're bringing in. We're gonna have delivered, and then also the chicken manure and the duck water. So if you answer that question, we're gonna jump into the last question. Another question is, Do you have a community garden in your area? And if so, are you involved in it? As we take a look at this corn over here. Which is going crazy right now. These are going to be roots that are going to start to shoot down, and these are going to go directly into the ground, kind of like these ones you see below. This is helping to feed. They're just growing more roots to grab more nutrients from the ground. And then the corn should be popping out at the top right here pretty soon. As you see these tassels, this is where the corn actually grows from. This is how they get pollinated. These tassels from over here will feed these tassels here, or pollinate those tassels there, and then they'll start to grow. You guys can kind of see the color of this here. Stay tuned. Can you see this color? Stay tuned for that. Got peanut down here feeding the corn, feeding the nitrogen. Got the drip tape, dripping water into the rows, directly to the roots of this here peanuts. These are peanuts, small peanut plants, all the way down. More peanuts here. More peanuts on both sides here, all the way down the rows. They're coming up. We just replaced this. This is the garlic row, what was previously garlic. And then this is a earlier harvest or earlier planting, succession planting of peanuts. You can see these are the roots that are going down into the dirt. Once those grow down into the dirt, into the soil, peanuts are going to be growing from there underneath the ground. The flowers are going to get pollinated by our bees and by other native and local bees. And then we'll be harvesting peanuts as well pretty soon. And we technically don't have a third sister right now. People like to grow in 3 sisters, but you can do whatever you want in your own garden. You don't have to follow any practices at all. We have some squash on this other side. Technically is the third sister, but we don't have squash growing throughout all the rows. Our broccoli should be coming up pretty soon. Mr. Sage is enjoying his time. So we got squash going on this other side. We got kale over here in between the corn. We got cabbage that I think I'm gonna end up harvesting this cabbage today. Probably this one and this one. And then we have cyclospora-free lettuce right here. This will not give you diarrhea. There is no contamination, no feces. Looks like our chicken's trying to sneak some tomatoes. I see you. Get out of there. Trying to be sneaky. This is what we gotta do. Every once in a while, we're gonna run and chase our chickens out of here because they will tear these up. See? Tore a whole tomato up because I'm not paying attention. Out of here, out of here, out of here. Go, go. Tearing up more tomatoes, man. It's crazy. That's the one thing with having chickens. That's what they don't tell you about chickens, is they will tear your food on up. And so will Mr. Sage. Out of here. Out, 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 out. Out, out, out. Can't wait till Sage grows and he's able to chase these chickens out. You want to eat that one? You don't want that one. Come. Come, Papa. Yeah, keep these chickens away from our tomatoes, please. Go chase those chickens. You see them? Well, we will not be consuming these, but these are our Berkeley tie-dye tomatoes. We're gonna give these right to the chickens, right in the coop. They can consume these later. Finish those off. They say not to feed chickens tomatoes, but I've found that they're just fine. Mr. Sage is picking tomatoes and eating fresh green tomatoes. He doesn't like them very much. Here, Papa, let's try these ones. These ones are nice and ripe. Here, can you get that one? Can you get that one? Try the other hand, yeah. There you go. Good job. Yeah. Uh-oh. Got your foot stuck in tomato vines. Can you give me some? Getting some more? We may just stop and do a quick harvest real quick while we're outside here. We'll do a quick harvest. So these chickens don't eat up all, take a nip, one bite out of the tomato. One bite of each tomato. You want me to eat this one? Here, let me get that other one because you bit that one. I'll eat that one. Looks like this one got ate too. I'll have some tomatoes growing over there pretty soon. Good job. That one's not ready yet either. That one's not ready yet. We'll put that in a brown paper bag and let that ripen. Let the ethylene gas from the tomatoes, we'll let those ripen the other ones. That one's not ready, nope. Here, let's come find one while we chase this chicken away. That's eating another tomato. Goodness, man. All right, let's find these other tomatoes real quick. Come, Papa. See this one right here? You see this one? Look, Sage.
Is it bees?
See this one, Papa? Taking a big old bite, huh? You don't want it? You don't want a bite out of this one? Here, let's find one that's nice and juicy. Big one that's nice and juicy. Ready? This one's perfect. This is ready. Something got it to it. Here, let's not eat this one either. Chicken probably got to that one. Let's see. I know there's some on this other side. You want to check out this other side? Here, let's go to this other side quick. I'll chase these chickens off. Okay, here's one. There's two. That's what I'm gonna have to start doing is harvesting before these chickens get to any of them. You wanna take a bite of this one? Fresh tomatoes for breakfast. We'll take this one back. Take this one inside with us. One more? Remind us while we eat our tomato. We'll give them another one. And hopefully they leave these other ones alone. Come on. This is what we need to be doing, teaching the kids that they can grow their own food, that food doesn't come from McDonald's. It starts in a grocery store. Even the ketchup and everything else starts in a grocery store. It doesn't start in the fast food restaurant, fast food chain. A lot of people are afraid to even eat some real food that comes from a garden. You'd be surprised how many people we give eggs to and they just don't feel comfortable eating the eggs, but they'll feel comfortable eating food from who knows where. They don't know how it's processed. You can watch documentaries that show you the evil in their process, and we have this food that they can pick fresh from the vine. That's the whole process. Is we want people to be able to see where their food is growing from. Want some water? We'll get some water. We want people to see where their food is growing from the source, being able to harvest that themselves and trust that process. That's the mission. Yep, we're heading back. We're gonna grab some more of these red tomatoes and grab them before the chickens get to them. Can you grab that red one? You see the red one? See that tomato? Can you grab that tomato? Yeah. Yes, good job. You gonna grab them all? Okay, thanks. Thanks, Papa. Thank you. You want that one? Do you want to eat it? No, you don't want it? I'll eat it. I'll eat it, Papa. Thank you. We're gonna grab some more later. Come. That one was sweet. No. This one's not ready yet. So in a second, we're gonna jump into the second question. While we're here today, we're asking two main questions. The first one being, can this backyard or can a backyard really feed a community? Mr. Sage, you're going up top. There we go. All right. So that first question is, can we really feed a community? I know the chickens are back over there. I just know it. We'll be losing some tomatoes today. That's all right. More's on the vine. So, I think we answered that first question. If a backyard, and my follow-up question with that is, if a backyard can make, change in the community, why don't more people grow food? That's the real question we got to be asking ourselves. And I'm not criticizing any grocery stores. I just think that we can supplement instead of relying 100% on these grocery stores. Let me get Mr. Sage in there too. I'll back up a little bit. So worth asking that question. We got Driscoll strawberries right now causing, childhood cancer and all kinds of crazy stuff. Cyclospora. We've seen when shelves are bare, when prices are jumping up because of oil and other byproducts of oil like fertilizer. We've seen food recalls, and growing your food doesn't have to replace any grocery stores. That's not the plan. That's not the goal. The goal is basically just to be able to supplement that and kind of know where your food is coming from, teaching the youth to be able to show them how food actually grows and what food really looks like before it turns into a ketchup packet. And that's kind of why we compost. We keep bees. We grow vegetables. We grow corn and peanuts and garlic and have ducks and chickens and harvest eggs from them, is just to be able to kind of, show that it's not that difficult. Myself and my wife were, in our late 20s, early 30s, and we've been able to do this because of our family and our friends in our community who wants to help, but also just the understanding that we've had from, you know, growing up with families with our family who also did the same exact thing, supplemented, you know, had grapevines and made their own grape juice, kept bees, grew their own, made their own bread, and kind of just, you know, we're able to be a little bit more self-reliant. We come from that background, and it's important to kind of continue to do so. I'm walking back over this way because these chickens are mighty quiet, and when they're quiet, they're probably up to no good. And we already lost a few tomatoes today, but I don't see them in there right now. I guess they're all right for the time being. So I'm gonna set you guys back up on this tripod. We'll jump into the second part of the topic today, discussion today. As Mr. Sage then goes and harvests his tomatoes, his green tomatoes. Apparently that's how he likes them. Oh yeah? You got some for me? Can you come bring those to me? Gee, thanks. Come, Papa. All right, so just gonna take a bite, just one bite, huh? One quote I wanted to leave you guys is that nature has a way of showing us resilience, how resilience comes from diversity, not dependence on a single source. So last week we talked about no single point of failure, especially when it comes to, you know, feeding your chickens and and building. If their water runs out, you know, we want to be able to have another source of water, which is rain. You know, fueled by rain. No, thank you. Fueled by rain, and setting up a rain irrigation system, and also nipple feeders in their chicken coop. So it's not just us being able to say we go on vacation and their water runs out. We want to be able to have another way that we can feed these chickens. Even on the irrigation system, we have fuses on there just in case, you know, something faults or something shorts. There's a fuse box. There's a fuse on there that stops stops the circuit, so that we're not going to end up with a fire. We don't have any single point of failure. We have cutoffs, and we have multiple filters on our systems, on our rain system, you know, to be able to keep things clean and keep things running, so that we're not blocking up our drip irrigation lines, so that those aren't stopping, you know, our water or our food from getting watered. So we make sure that we're diverse in the way that we grow and the way that we operate, and we want to be also diverse in, you know, different in working with different communities, different families, so that they can grow certain things. We don't have to grow everything in our backyard, but if we know that there's somebody who does have, you know, meat birds, for example, you know, they're butchering their chickens and they're providing chicken meat. That's another topic of discussion, because we know that currently they're producing chickens so fast, and they're putting them out that when they're so young, that the meat is their muscles aren't even fully developed, and it's tearing. You can basically pull a raw chicken apart without even cooking it. Yeah, you should be able to do that when it's cooked, but not when it's raw. So there's conversations of discussion to have about, you know, just relying on a food system versus relying on our own, what we can also do for ourselves. So I'm kind of gonna end that discussion there as this man picks up another green tomato off the vine. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining for this half hour at the Noble Market, as we had a live discussion answering two questions. Can we supply, you know, a community, or can we feed a community out of this backyard? And is it truly important to grow in our own backyards, where we have stores and we have shops and we have grocery stores just in every block around our corner? So continue to have that discussion. Please leave comments. Please leave likes and subscribe to our channel. Your support is very, very valuable to us. We appreciate you.